Well, as you can see, this is an RY40HPCW03. And of course, they come in the B and the K. Okay, now these are slightly different than I've seen some other 40 volt. And these are the newer ones. And what you have is you have the variable speed switch right there. There's a lock, and you've got a spring. You can see the spring right there. Better watch it because this thing does come out just like that. I mean, it's just in there. So there's that little lock. Of course, there's the trigger right here. And that controller is a different kind of controller than the other prior 40 volt. And if you notice, okay, there comes the battery. And of course, there's a black. And let me see if I can, well, what it is though, it's got a, coming from the battery, the black, and it actually has a screw in there. So some of the other ones don't have that. They just have a board and the wires come out of it. But anyway, that's what it is. So I don't know if you can read it. Let me see if you can read that. Oh boy, maybe not. See if I can get a good angle there. You can more or less see what it is, what that controller is. But it is a different controller. It's got different wires. Okay, notice it's got a blue coming out of there, and it's got the green and the yellow. Okay, so that's different on this particular motor. And on the motor, it's got the blue going in there, the black going in over here, and then it's got those two little wires that are going to, let's see, where do those go? Oh, look at that. They come in, they're plugged in there. And I suspect that's probably going over to, no, it does come to the controller. Okay, so there you go. You got two little wires in there. They're gray, and they go back in there. And you know what? I think that is probably from the variable speed going into the motor. So you got two black ones going in there. Obviously, you're going to have a ground going in there. I'll take this apart and do it later. What I was going to show you is how to get to this point. But anyway, this is remember, this is a different color. The other ones are red, black, and some other color. So this is different. And it goes into the motor. To get this thing off, all you got to do is just, this, let me see. I believe this has, under the cover on the other side, it's got the, well, actually, no, you can see it right there. See, it's got two little bolts right there. So it's got one here and one there. And you know what? I might take it off and show you the motor. But, you know, it's one of those variable speed motors. But it does, however, have a different controller. So you need to be careful. You can't just add another controller. And those are pretty heavy wires. Wow, that's pretty neat. Anyway, you're going to have a blue and a yellow and a green going to the motor. And the motor's right under there. I don't know. It doesn't, you know, I could take this cover off, but I don't think it makes any difference. That's all you see. Over here is that switch. And there, I don't know if you're going to be able to see the numbers on that, but that's a switch. And it's got two little clips in there, and you plug it in to replace it. And it comes just, you know, this thing just comes straight out, see? I can pull it straight out, it just slips in there. And anyway, to get the cover off, to get to this point, okay, there are, and they're right there, look. There are, how many screws? 3, 5, 8 screws. 8, 20, number 20 Torx right there, see? number 20. I use that. Anyway, they're here, you know, they're here. And just take a little screwdriver like this, flathead, and it'll pry off. It's a little bit easier, harder over here because it's got that little lip right there. So you can just, you know, it is plastic, and you can just slip it over pretty easily though. Some of the other, you have to take, I think, I know you have to take this off on the other ones because the cover is actually over this. Not on these 40 volt, or at least on this, the newer 40 volts. But that's the, you know, it's got, like I said, it's got, to get to this point, see, you can see you can see the cover right here, see? You can see them right there, see? So you turn it over and you got one there and one there, another one here, another one there. You can see, I mean, they're deep in there, and two there. And the only thing you have to worry about when you do this is to make sure that this guy doesn't slip out, especially the spring, because this is just laying in there. It doesn't do anything. Now, you will have to take, this thing here has a different kind of handle. It doesn't have, you know, it's different. You know, it's got four right there, 20s. Okay, right there. It just slips over it. And this other cover that's on top, anyway, to take this has some small, see that? It's got a few, you know, Phillips, and they're in there. You have to take that out. But this comes after you take this off, this handle right there. And to take that handle off here, it goes like so, and you notice, where is it? Yeah, oh, here, there it is, see? This thing here, notice the shape here? It slips on. So it slips on like so. So it has to be in the brake position in order to pull it straight out, and it has to be in the brake position to put it back in. Now, since this is going to be in like that, you're going to have to, you know, take this side here, take a screwdriver and just lift it first, and then slip it that way. Okay, and that'll put it back in there. Like so. Over here, it's got a little 8mm and a washer, and that little thing, see that? It's a little, what do you call that? It slips over it. Anyways, it slips over, and it fits, you put that in there. Where is it? Which way is it? Oh, here. See, it slips in there, and then you put the washer and then the 8mm. Anyway, I'm gonna put this back over here, put this back over here. I was just showing you the pieces you have to take off. And this just comes straight off. It's got 5, is it? Yeah, it's got 5. Okay, you can see the holes right there, where it is. It's pretty easy, you can see them. Pretty easy to see them. Anyway, that's a controller. Better be careful when you order parts. Remember, this controller, if you're getting a new one or a used one, I'd buy a new one. I mean, you're gonna get a used one for 25 to 30 bucks less, a used one, and you don't know what condition it's in. But a new one only costs $97. So might as well get a new one when you do get a controller. And chances are, if anything is wrong with these, it's going to be the controller. It could be this, could be improperly plugged in, or, you know, it goes bad. It could be that. I mean, these are hardwired in there. There's nothing. The older ones had a little, you know, 2-piece wire coming in. You'd screw it in, which is pretty bad. And these are not. These are better. They're better improvements. They found out what the problems were. So these are a no-miss situation. So if anything goes wrong with these, then obviously it's going to be the controller. Doubtfully the motor, unless you burn it. Okay, you know, just run it too hard, you could ruin that thing. And you can also ruin this. So it's either going to be this or that, and I doubt that it's going to be this because these last forever. And I doubt it's going to be that because that lasts forever too. Anyway, I should have opened up the other side. I have. The hardest part about the other side is that spring, that lock spring that goes here. See how this thing works? It pushes, when you pull it, it goes in there, and there's a bigger space there, and that allows this switch to open up. See, or close, and no, it's the other way. Anyway, there's a bigger opening there than there is here in this little slot, so it just pushes it in when you move it like that. Okay, I'll probably, when I get the new controller, and it is the controller on this one, I'll make a video of putting it back together completely, including the other side. By the way, why did I do this? Well, because in order to diagnose what the problem was, whether it was this or that, I ran little wires, okay, out, little tiny wires, so that I could test with a multimeter. I ran wires from here, where it got the power, and I ran wires from there to see just exactly what was going that way, and that way. And I ran wires to this to find out if this was working. And I ran wires to this to find out whether this was working. And these were just, like I said, to check for, with a multimeter, run the wire out, and then I could check with a multimeter and find out when this thing stopped, just exactly what was it in here that caused the problem. And that was just a matter of diagnosing. That's why I did this.